This is Jacqueline, or if I was in America, I would say Jacqueline King, otherwise known as Jax, who plays Sylvia Noble, and I'm here at Gallifrey Public Radio.
This is Gallifrey Public Radio, dedicated to positive enjoyment of Doctor Who. We travel through classic and new episodes, explore the extended universe, and play a few games from time to time. We do discuss news, content that has been officially released, and the occasional interesting rumor, but we'll warn you before anything considered spoilers comes up.
Welcome to episode 530 of Gallifrey Public Radio. I'm Julie.
I'm Kier.
I'm Haley.
And I'm Jay. Today we're playing another brief game to pass the time between Doctor Who developments. A little trivia, a little educated guesswork, and a sizable serving of completely random shots in the dark with a game that we've decided to call Act Your Age.
The goal in this game is for us to identify the age an actor was when they first appeared on Doctor Who as accurately as we can.
So I'll provide the names and roles if you need them. You probably won't. And everyone will take their turns guessing.
We could be high or low, doesn't matter. We're not playing by Price is Right rules here.
Whoever is nearer the true number wins the round, and we'll play best of 11 rounds.
Round 1, begin.
I think by my math, if there's 3 of you playing, best of 11 should pretty quickly designate a winner. I don't know. Probability has never really been my strong suit.
It could be 4 to 4 to 3.
It could, in the classic best of 11, I'm game.
Okay. Well, that's why I kept a couple extras in the bag just in case I had to break up ties at the end. So we'll go at it as planned. All right. So high, low, in between, doesn't matter. We'll go round robin on this. We will begin with, let's see, by the way everybody's arranged in front of me. Haley, you're going to take first crack at identifying how old David Tennant was when he first appeared as the 10th Doctor.
35.
Okay. Haley says 35. Jay, where do you come in on this?
I'm going to go for 32.
32. And Julie?
Well, 36.
36. Correct answer, 34 years old.
Ooh, nice.
So Haley takes that one by being 1 year off. That's one victory for Haley. 34 and like 2 months, something like that. So next one, keeping it in the family, and we'll start with Jay on this one to keep things fair. Peter Davison.
Ooh, I should know this one. I'm a bad Whovian.
No such thing.
I'm going to say, I'm going to go with 27.
27 years old. Okay. Let's see. Julie.
29.
29 years old. And Haley?
26.
26. He was just about to turn 30. So 29, Julie got it bang on.
Nice.
Good for that one. Nicely done. All right. Let's stay sort of within that era a little bit, now early 80s or so. And Julie, I'll give you a first shot at identifying how old Nicola Bryant was when she first appeared as Perry Brown.
Oh, I feel like she just told me this.
She may have.
I'm going to go 19.
All right. Let's see. It'd be Haley next.
20.
All right, going with 20. And Jay?
I mean, I feel like it'd be stupid to go any higher than 21.
Okay. Well, you'd think so, but you'd be stupid all the way up to 23, which was how old she was.
I knew it was real young. I just couldn't remember if it was over or under 20. Yeah.
Yeah. The fact that she was relatively close to the Fifth Doctor's age, that's interesting. So, all right. So this actually evens out. Everybody's got a point so far. Nicely done, everyone. Let's test something. This comes up in trivia often, but it still throws me every time. So we're going to start with Haley to identify how old William Hartnell was.
He's not as old as you think he is. 48.
Okay, Haley's going with 48. Jay.
Gut instinct, I'm going with 55.
Okay, 55. Julie?
52.
52. Jay is spot on at 55.
Oh,
He was
nice.
just about to turn 56. So if it aired in November of 63, if it had made it around to January, I think he was like January 8th or something like that. In 1908. That was like a whole different world back then. All right.
I mean, literally, it was.
It was a whole different world. All right, Julie, you're gonna actually. Am I up to Julie at this one? Let's see.
Yeah.
No, I'm up to Jay. Yep. Okay, I'm up to Jay. Even though he won the last one, he still gets first crack at this one to identify how old Billie Piper was when she first appeared as Rose Tyler.
19.
Okay, Jay's going with 19. Julie,
22.
22, and Haley.
20.
All right, Julie's got it spot on with 22. Nicely done.
It's a real good thing that this was randomly chosen as the game today, because I would have gone looking and I have no idea now.
It's just hard. It's just genuinely hard. It's like almost as if hair and makeup and television and those things, they do a good job of masking someone's age. And like they're like actors or something that can like portray different ages. It's weird. All right. So, Julie, I think, are we up to you?
Yeah.
now? Okay. All right. So, Julie, you're going to have Tom Baker in his first appearance as the Fourth Doctor.
34.
Okay. Julie says 34. Haley.
40.
Okay. Haley says 40. And Jay?
32.
32. Okay. He was 40 on the button.
Oh,
So that's got that
nice.
one. We are keeping this very, very even.
Best of 11.
Interesting. Yeah, it's going to work out great. Math. Okay, so we should be up to Haley now on the next, identifying how old Pearl Mackie was when she first appeared as Bill Potts.
23.
Okay, going with 23. Jay?
24.
20. Okay, and Julie?
25.
All over the place. Pearl Mackie was almost 30 when she first appeared as Bill Potts. She has a baby face.
She
So,
does.
Julie, you get that one
Yeah.
by coming in closest at 25. Really interesting. All right, Jay. How about Janet Fielding?
I'm going to go, let's say 26.
Okay. Julie?
24.
Okay. And Haley?
27.
All right. Haley nails that one at 27.
Good
On the
job.
All right. Which means we are now to... All right, Julie, how old was Shudigatwa by the time he first appeared as 15th Doctor?
32.
Okay. Haley?
30.
30.
30.
That's way old. 3,330, Haley? That seems ridiculous.
That's pretty young for a Time Lord.
Yes.
I'm going to say 30.
So Haley said 30.
Haley said 33.
Haley said 33.
Oh, you said,
I'm not
you said
holding her to 30.
I heard
No,
33.
30. She said 30, and then
Yeah.
she was going to say something else, and then she just said 30, so she doubled down on it.
All right, then I'll book in Julie on the other side, and I'll go 33.
Okay. Well, because of the fact that I have to play this closest to the actual number, and because of the fact that no one said 31, I have to take it to the fact that he was closer to 32 than he was to 30. He was 31 and some months by the
And I
time it
almost
actually
said 31.
aired.
Oh, that was the thing I was...
So I'll give that one to Julie.
I don't know his birthday.
It is, we still have a couple of rounds. All right. So, Haley, you're going to take the next one and tell me how old was Carol Ann Ford when she first appeared as Susan Foreman?
Right. 18.
All right. Yeah, let's go with 18. Jay? Put your phone down, Jay.
22.
Okay, going 22. And Julie?
19.
19. All right. I'm going to give this one to Jay as she was 23.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
not what I...
Youthful
Obviously
and
not what I
spry. Yes, for it.
If she was on the CW, she would have played a 14-year-old.
Yes.
That channel just youthens people.
Or Bridgerton.
All right. That's true. That's true. All right. As it stands right now, coming into what would be the 11th round, Julie has 4 wins, and Haley and Jay both have 3. So if either of you can pick this up, it goes into a tiebreaker for the last one.
Best of 11.
All right. Well, technically, it kind of is.
I
and then
know.
a tiebreaker, but you don't count that as part of it. It's the way it works.
Yeah.
You're going to break my stones. Okay.
Numbers are hard.
So, Julie, Patrick Troughton as the second Doctor.
42.
Okay, go 42. Haley?
45.
Okay, and Jay?
Boxer in.
39.
39. All right. Haley picks this one up as Patrick was 46 at the time of his first cast.
He's the Doctor I have watched the least at this point.
There's
So-
also less video of him than other Doctors.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. And by the time you really got to see him again and things like the 2 Doctors, which we had most recently watched, he's gray and it's tough to tell. It's like,
Yeah.
wow, how much has he aged?
Right.
All right. Well, Haley and Julie are tied at 4 wins apiece, so they get to go to the final round, which I had a couple in the bag here just in case, but I'm going to go with this one because it amuses me. And I think by the order, Haley would be the first one to take a shot at this.
Okay.
Peter Capaldi.
63.
Okay. And Julie?
62.
All right. I have to give this one to Julie, but I think Peter would be insulted because he was 55.
55.
I didn't even think about it. I just figured it was younger, and that's all I was doing.
$1, Bob. $1.
He was aggressively furrowing his brow. He led us astray.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. His, the
that man
attitude
has
ages
smiled
you.
a lot in his years, so yeah.
No, who frowned him that face?
Yeah.
But yeah, nicely done. So Julie takes the win on this one with 5 victories. Haley with 4, Jay with 3. Yeah, and hopefully those of you kind of playing along at home or wherever you're listening to this had a couple of fair shots in there as well. Just for fun, I put Colin Baker in there. What would you just say, Potshot? How old was Colin when he first came in, specifically as a 6th Doctor? We're not
27.
31.
27, 31.
34.
He was 40. So, but you got to count. This was specifically with his appearance as the 6th Doctor, because we know that he appeared like a couple of seasons prior as another character, but as the Doctor specifically. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, fun stuff. In my victory speech, I would just like to let it be known that I'm terrible at identifying anyone's age, so I feel pretty proud at this moment in time, and thank you for the chance to play this game.
That's true. So if you're a carny and you're trying to keep a hold of all your stuffed animals and you're running that booth, just pick on Julie.
Yeah.
Easy win.
As another bit of bonus content in this episode, we have a brief but interesting and entertaining conversation from this past Long Island Who with Jacqueline King, but you can call her Jax. If you'll pardon the background noise in the clip, we were recording outside in the August sun, but it was a beautiful day. We kicked it off talking, as you do, about the weather.
My husband is a huge campaigner, activist for the climate, and he does so much wonderful work. I support him wholeheartedly, but I don't necessarily join him on all the protests.
That's his thing, and
experience is yours, but
we have many things in common, and I've attended some of the protests with him. We went to the Lovely Earth meeting in London, which was beautiful. It was the quote was it was 150,000 people attended, and it was a stunning day. We had representatives from nature programs.
So he'll protest on a regular basis because sadly we're not doing enough. We're not doing enough anywhere, not just in Britain, but throughout the world, of course. But he doesn't want to ever do things to upset people, so he wouldn't stop traffic or stop people getting to work or destroy anything, beautiful, because a lot of bad press comes from activists. And sadly, on the day that we were celebrating nature in London, 150,000, two activists put some biodegradable powder on Stonehenge, a very, very old monument in England. And that got all the publicity, and the 150,000 didn't get anything, no mention whatsoever. And we just find that absolutely heartbreaking, that people who just want to help the planet, save the planet, look after the planet, don't get listened to.
Right. Yeah. And they're doing it in the right ways.
Yes, exactly.
Peaceful
and informative and positive. There's so many positive steps out there. I was just talking to a couple earlier about the Al Gore film. Did you see it?
Yes.
Which is
An Inconvenient
gorgeous.
Truth.
That's right. I love that film, and I love when he went. I can't remember the name of that town, but he went to a town and he convinced the mayor, who was against him politically, hugely, and said, "I don't agree with anything you stand for." But he said, "I'll convince you in a year if you can make profit on my methods, greener methods, so that if this is more beneficial for you, then you'll be convinced." And he was. He was. Because, of course, less insecticide is needed if you have the hedgerows, much more productivity with solar panels and with wind power, etc., and much less damage.
There's a strength in that, for certain.
Huge.
I don't want to get too far into this and keep referring to you as Jacqueline, because I know that's not your comfortable nom d'usage.
Oh, no. I always say I'm Jax, but at the same, which I'm very happy for you to use. But I do love Jacqueline too. No. Well, in England, I feel like I'm being scolded because that's how my parents, actually, they were Scottish. And I knew I was in deep trouble if I heard the Glaswegian version of Jacqueline. You said, no, that's serious trouble. But I love the way you Americans say Jacqueline. It's lovely. You sort of really go for the Q, don't you? You say Jacqueline.
Yes, we do.
It's gorgeous.
You mentioned your upbringing. You mentioned the Scottish family and a large family, right? Number of siblings?
I had two older brothers and one older sister.
Okay. And they all have their storied careers in their respective places of business. Did their areas of emphasis, the things that they focused upon and made their career paths, did they have any sort of a guiding, either you want to avoid?
Well, yes, I think that probably happened more than anything, especially with my sister. She and I went to the same school, and you know what that's like when you're following in the footsteps of somebody. And she was 7 years older, so she had done the whole senior school before I joined, and she'd been extremely talented and clever, and had been head girl, and had won beauty competitions, and I just thought, crumbs, there's nothing I can do that she hasn't already covered. So I think that's where the art stepped in. So okay, she didn't cover drama and art and music, and all right, okay, let's go that way. But I was fascinated by my brothers and my sister. I mean, I hasten to add, I'm so proud of my sister. Sure. I'm so proud. She went on to be a superb lawyer and then became a tribunal judge. And she worked so hard for women in law, especially women who had stopped to have children.
Yes.
And wanted to get back into the practice. And because there's so much difficulty in going back into law when you've been out for a while, she was investigating various ways and means for women to do that. So I'm incredibly proud of her. And she's a nice person. And then I had two brothers. Sadly, my eldest brother is no longer with us, but he was a lecturer on Jersey, the island of Jersey, off the French coast. Yeah. Not New Jersey here.
Yes.
And then my other brother is a a chef in a vegan place in Switzerland, studying transcendental meditation.
I know.
We will take that name.
Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous.
Yes.
Well, it's mostly for people who are experiencing TM, transcendental meditation, or they're going for Ayurvedic massage.
Very nice.
And so yes, he's a very, very grounded man who.
That's fantastic.
Well, I say grounded. He's sometimes up in the air with lovely, beautiful, ethereal thoughts too. But
as you do when that's your
exactly.
thing. Yes.
Yeah. But yeah.
So how do you feel the role of women and the strength of that really played into your role as Sylvia, as kind of head of the household, and what you were able to portray in the show?
I keep saying, and I'm probably boring people now, but it's just, we are in the hands of the writers. The writers do it all, and Russell T writes the most magnificent scripts. And so he gave me the platform to be as strong as I wanted to be, and to give it as much welly as I could.
Yes.
And I've always said I've been fortunate enough to live at a time where I never ever felt that I was at a disadvantage being a woman. I've always felt strong. I've always been given the confidence to feel that you can walk into any situation and be an equal of anybody you're with. And it was never a competition. I wasn't competing. I wasn't trying to be stronger than anybody else. I just didn't feel I was less, if you see what I mean.
Yes.
And I've also been lucky enough that no one's ever told me what religion I had to have. No one's ever told me how I had to dress, who I had to marry. I have led a very, very free life. Which is so fortunate, and so yes, I just feel the power of women anyway. I just feel it's a natural thing. I don't feel I've had to fight for it.
Yeah. That's amazing in that what you have felt, and also sort of what your sister worked through and her law stuff.
Yes.
So that's really connects you probably to her in some way as well.
Yes, a lot. Yes. Well, we had a very strong mother. She was very powerful.
And the noble household is by its construct, it is a very matriarchal household.
Yes.
On 3-generation levels.
Yes.
So you had sort of 3 opportunities to run at the character for Sylvia and discover. Working on The Runaway Bride, it was kind of you considered this is going to be a one-off opportunity.
Absolutely, I thought that was it. Yes.
So you invest a certain amount in discovering who she is.
Yes.
Then you get a chance to come back and do a number of episodes in her shoes, in her personality.
Yes.
And then the 2023 opportunity to really find something absolutely new with it. How did you? Were you cognizant of coming at it at new depths every time?
Well, of course. You realize, as in life, that people grow and learn, and that if they're surrounded by love, as Sylvia was, because she'd had a lovely husband who had died, and she adored Donna, even though she didn't show it in the best ways. She adored her daughter, and she adored her father, even though she didn't show it in the best ways. The love was obviously there. And then I think, oh, hello. A little bug fell on my shoulder. Well, it's always nice to see them. It's just apparent, I think, in life that I mean, obviously, as I say, Russell wrote it that way, but it was just easy to fall into that because you just think, yes, she obviously loves her granddaughter and will do anything to protect her and do the right thing by her. But like most people, she makes mistakes and gets some terminology wrong and realizes that she perhaps was a bit too hard on Donna at times. But she's trying to make up for it, and she's a more rounded person. And yeah, I loved her, and I love Russell for letting me show that she had all those aspects.
In that respect, you say that Russell wrote the scene for you as such. Was that something that you got an opportunity to talk about prior and talk about the significance?
No, he doesn't need help.
Well, not to question Mr. Davis' writing ability in any way, but as far as recognizing the scene has prescience and it has importance of having that conversation in a public eye.
Yes. I'm sure this was all very close to his heart anyway, and he had got to know me a bit better, of course, over the years. We'd stayed in contact, tenuously, but we had stayed in contact, which was lovely. And so he knew the person I was. We got to know each other better and better. And so I think hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers, I'm surmising here, I think he saw that there was perhaps a warmth that perhaps he could show. But then, of course, it was his entirely independent idea to introduce Rose, which I just thought was beautiful and lovely and helped show the noble family for all of us, showed our better side. And you were talking about the matriarchal side of the noble family, but that's only possible if you have somebody like Clive playing the husband and the son-in-law, But he's great, because he's a strong, strong man who knows the power of women, and he just knows that we're all equal, and he doesn't ever have to show his masculinity in any sort of overt way. He's just naturally a great, great guy.
Right.
So he was the ideal. Well, he was already in it. He'd already been in.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But in how the script then portrays and allows you to really embody those characters correctly for who you are and how you appear and your stature and all of that. With him and Donna and everybody else.
You need a combined effort. You need everybody to bounce off each other. You need in those early episodes with Catherine. Of course, I needed her to sort of cringe slightly when I spoke, but we didn't have to discuss that. She's just a brilliant actor that just did all the right things, and vice versa. When we all reacted well because we knew who the other people were. We understood each other's characters.
Yes. And do you feel that the fan reception is any different from in the UK here or before or after those scenes?
I'm feeling certainly a resurgence of interest, both here and in Britain, that is bigger than it was at the time. I think after the first series, I don't know. I'm not on any social media, so
smart.
So I didn't read. I hear that Sylvia wasn't best loved. They weren't saying it meanly, but at the same time they were going, oh, bloomin' Sylvia, which is fair enough. But luckily I didn't have to read any of that. I didn't have to think about that. So I just got on with my business and was an actor elsewhere. Oh, sorry, am I being called away?
Are we?
Yeah, we're gonna close a bit. But we've had a lovely time over this week.
Well, me too. Thank you very much.
Jacqueline.
Either will do.
I'll lean on that cue.
Or the French way, Jacqueline.
Jacqueline, we'll go with that.
If you wouldn't mind. Well, we love all the feedback that we get from you, whether it's emails, social media, comments, or even the occasional voicemail. And the exchanges that we have with you are really what keep us going. But we do recognize the sort of stutter-stop nature of these conversations, and it's tough to maintain. So for a little more real-time discussion, we have finally launched the official GPR Discord channel. So you can head over to bit.ly/GPR Discord for the invite link, and we'll also link it over on the GPR website as well. And hopefully, we'll see you there, friends.
This has been episode 530 of Gallifrey Public Radio. Until next time, this is Jay saying, nobody asked me to guess somebody's weight. That's just a recipe for disaster.
And this is Kier saying, I'm 37, I'm not old.
This is Julie saying, next time, let's definitely guess, the number of pets they have.
And this is Haley saying, I'll act my age when my actions align with my age.
We'll see you next time.
I'll see.
Tag, you're it.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Gallifrey Public Radio. As a fan-run podcast, your thoughts and opinions are part of the conversation. Leave us a comment or review on your preferred podcast app, find us on social media to message us, or visit GallifreyPublicRadio.com for email and voicemail contacts. We'll see you out there in time and space.
Hi, this is Jacob. This recording of Gallifrey Public Radio is copyrighted in 2024. GPR is a fan-owned, fan-produced podcast. We'll see you next time!